What is up, gamers? It's Will777JP, and we are back with another one. Now, this video is going to be very informal. I was going to go ahead and pull up articles and Reddit posts and Twitter posts or X posts and, commentary by people and YouTubers and clips. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to talk straight from the heart. So I came home, I wrote down some thoughts, and like show you guys some of the Mindseye video in the background while I'm reading my notes here and just go over Mindseye. Today we're going to talk about Mindseye, of course, the upcoming action adventure thriller from Build a Rocket Boy, helmed by former Grand Theft Auto legend Leslie Benzies. And the release date is just around the corner, June 10th, 2025, per PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The hype and the controversy around this game is heating up. Now, I did pre-order this game, and at the very end, I'm going to explain it to you. But from here on out, I'm going to go read from my notes that I have here. I wrote a quick little script for you guys so I can stay on track and get through the video as quick as possible. But Mindseye has been making waves, but not all of them are positive. From buggy previews to stunning cinematics, there's a lot to unpack here. In this video, we're breaking down all the negative things we've seen and heard about Mindseye, as well as the positive aspects that have fans excited. So grab your controller, hit that like button, and let's dive in. Oh, and once again, stick around to the end for my thoughts on whether Mindseye is worth the hype. Let's go. Before we jump in, here's how this video is structured. We'll start with the negative feedback, from everything from gameplay issues to studio controversies. Then we'll switch gears to positives, highlighting what Mindseye is doing right. Finally, I'll share my take on what this all means for the game's launch. If you want to skip this game, feel free to do so. But I think we might be in for a little surprise. Let's kick things off with the not so great stuff. Mindseye has been under a microscope lately, and early previews have raised some red flags. Here's what people are saying, right? First up, the biggest complaint: Mindseye is reportedly a bit of a mess right now. Previewers who got hands-on time with the game have called it a broken mess, filled with bugs. We're talking glitches, stuttering visuals, and flickering textures that make the game feel unpolished. One Twitter user, Synth Potato, summarized these issues, noting that the game feels like it needs more time and development. And honestly, with a release date just 2 weeks away as of today, May 29, 2025, that's a worrying sign. Some have even compared it to the day before. Sheesh. A game infamous for its troubled launch. Now, to be fair, these are previews, not the final product. But with launch so close, it's hard to imagine Build a Rocket Boy ironing out all these issues in time. A lot of fans on Reddit and Twitter are already calling for a delay, saying they'd rather wait for a polished game than to play something half-baked. Gameplay feels generic and uninspired, right? That's another thing they're saying. Next, let's talk gameplay, right? Mindseye is being pitched as a mix of Grand Theft Auto, Cyberpunk 2077, and Watch Dogs. But early impressions suggest it's not quite living up to those comparisons. The shooting mechanics have been described as generic and lackluster, with enemies that just run at the player without much depth or strategy. One previewer noted that combat feels like a straight out of a TV show's fake video game, right? I remember that. I forget who said that, but I was listening to in a video. Functional, but not exciting. There's even a CPR rhythm minigame that's raised some eyebrows for feeling out of place. Then there's the driving. Mindseye promises high-octane car chases, but previewers have said the driving feels stiff and clunky, which is a big letdown for a game that leans so heavily on vehicular action. If you're expecting GTA 5 level polish, you might be disappointed. Short campaign and linear structure. Another point of contention is the game's length and structure. Mindseye is described as a tightly crafted linear story campaign with a story that's reportedly around 15 hours long. While some players like a commenter on Reddit, appreciated a shorter focus campaign. Shout out to Titanfall 2 fans. Others feel it's too short for a $59.99 game. Plus, linear narrative is a departure from the open world freedom fans might expect from a studio led by Leslie Benzies, who helped create the sprawling worlds of GTA. This has led to some calling Mindseye half-baked or disconnected from what players wanted. To add to that, Mindseye was initially teased as part of Build a Rocket Boy's Everywhere project, which had NFT vibes that turned off a lot of players. While Mindseye is a standalone game now, that association hasn't helped his reputation. The controversy. It paid negative claims. Now, here's where things get spicy. Build a Rocket Boy co-CEO Mark Gehard, I think his name is, recently made headlines by claiming that the negative feedback is part of a concerted effort to trash the game and studio. And, I mean, this is a mess, right? This is a mess. Well, anyways, he's claiming that negative feedback is part of a concerted effort, right, to trash the game in the studio. In a Discord Q&A, he went as far as saying he's 100% sure that people are being paid or using bot farms to post negative comments. He even hinted at knowing who's behind it, possibly pointing fingers at Rockstar, where Leslie Benzies used to work, though he didn't name names. Gerhardt later backtracked, saying he didn't mean individuals like content creators were paid, but that bot farms are spreading negativity. The problem, he hasn't provided any evidence, and fans aren't buying it. On Reddit, users have called these claims utter bullshit, arguing that the game's issues are real, not manufactured. Some even say Gerhardt's comments are doing more harm than the negative reviews themselves. This controversy has definitely left a bad taste in the community's mouth. Okay, that's a lot of negativity, and it's clear Mindseye has some hurdles to overcome, but it's not all doom and gloom. Let's talk about what's got fans excited and why Mindseye might still be worth keeping an eye on. The positive feedback. So, despite the rough patches, Mindseye has some serious strengths that could make it a standout title. Here's the good stuff. Stunning cinematics and visuals. First and foremost, the cinematics are a major highlight, right? Build a Rocket Boy is touting best-in-class cutscenes, and from what we've seen, they're not exaggerating. The trailers show off a visually striking near-futuristic desert city called Red Rock, with a vibe that blends Cyberpunk 2077, neon grid with GTA's open-road aesthetic. Previewers have consistently praised the cutscenes for their high production value, saying they're polished and immersive. So if you're a fan of story-driven games, this could be a big draw, which of course I am. The game's art direction and environments also get high marks. The fictional Americana setting feels fresh yet familiar, and the attention to detail in the world building, it's something even critics have noted positively. Compelling story and protagonist. Speaking of story, Mindseye puts you in the shoes of Jacob Diaz, a former soldier with mysterious neural implants dealing with memory loss and flashbacks. The narrative promises a mind-bending thriller filled with corporate espionage, political corruption, and AI threats. Early impressions suggest the story is compelling, with some comparing it to Quantum Break for its blend of cutscenes and gameplay-driven flashbacks. If Build a Rocket Boy nails the narrative, this could be a gripping single-player experience. The linear structure might disappoint open-world fans, but those who love a tightly crafted story, like, say, The Last of Us or Uncharted, this could be a plus. The focus on Jacob's personal journey and unlocking abilities through memory sounds intriguing. User-generated content and post-launch support. So one of Mindseye's most ambitious features is its user-generated content systems, which some are calling AAA Minecraft. Players will be able to create their own missions, which could add tons of replayability. The game also has a robust post-launch roadmap, with free updates including new missions, modes, multiplayer, and free roam expansions planned for summer, fall, and winter 2025. There's also a premium pass with extra missions and cosmetic packs. This commitment to ongoing content is a big plus, especially if the community embraces the creation tools. Builder Rocket Boy is banking on Mindseye being a living, ever-expanding experience. If they pull it off, this could keep players engaging for years, similar to Fortnite or GTA Online. That's a big if, but the potential is there. High octane action and Leslie Benzie's pedigree. Let's not forget the talent behind Mindseye. Leslie Benzie, the game's director, was a key figure in making GTA 3 through 5, Red Dead Redemption, and Max Payne 3. His track record gives Mindseye some serious credibility. The game promises combat and high-speed chases, and while the execution might need work, the vision is ambitious. Some previewers have noted that the action set pieces, when they work, feel cinematic and intense. Plus, with IO Interactive, yep, the Hitman folks, publishing, there's a lot of industry experts backing this project. That's not a guarantee of success, but it's a reason to stay optimistic. So where does this leave Mindseye? On one hand, the negative feedback is hard to ignore. Bugs, generic gameplay, and a linear structure that might not satisfy everyone are real concerns. The controversy around Mark Gerhardt's comments hasn't helped either, making the studio look defensive instead of confident. On the other hand, the cinematic story and user-generated content have a lot of potential. Leslie Benzie's involvement in the post-launch roadmap gives me hope that Mindseye could evolve into something special, even if it launches rough. Now, mind you, just because it launches rough, or if it launches rough, I'm not saying it's acceptable. My take, Mindseye feels like a game caught between ambition and execution. The preview suggests it's not ready for prime time, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed, or at least should be delayed. But if Builder Rocket Boy can polish the gameplay and deliver on the story and content... Hold up. Let me go back. I don't want to promote this video. But if Rocket Boy can polish the gameplay and deliver the story on the story and content creation, this could be a sleeper hit. For now, I say hold off on pre-ordering and wait for reviews. Wait for your reviews if you're that type of person. If your gut is telling you, I want to buy this game, then buy it. If you're intrigued, keep an eye out on those post-launch updates. They might make or break this game. Now, I did pre-order the game. And hold on just a second. I'm going to go grab my receipt so you guys don't think I'm bullshitting. Here's my receipt. Mindseye, 610, $40. All right. I put 40 on it. I'll pay the remaining 20 once I go pick it up. Now, this part is not scripted. Will, why did you pre-order the game? Because my gut is telling me, based on what I've seen, that the gameplay is going to be fun, but I am super, super interested, more than anything, in the story and the cinematics. 2, this is a $60 game. It's not a $70 game, which is a tad bit more expensive for what we're hearing, but I have paid $70 for games that are complete garbage that have gotten praised by reviewers. Which leads me to the reviewers. Now, this is a red flag in itself. Most of these previewers didn't even play the damn game. Which, like I said, it's a red flag within itself. But they didn't even play the damn game. These previewers literally got video, like what you're watching right now. And they're making their forming their opinions based on that. Which, remember, that's a red flag in itself. They should have got the damn game. But let's not forget, y'all, Cyberpunk 2077 and how these reviewers were touting this game and making it seem like it was the best thing coming. Which the game did end up being one of my favorite games ever. But at launch, that game was complete dog shit. So, a big reason of why I pre-ordered this game is, one, for me personally, right? The game interests me. I want to support this game. I want Leslie to freaking do well. But morbid curiosity is the main thing here. I'm a huge contrarian. Fuck, I created this whole YouTube channel because I'm a huge contrarian. These YouTubers, especially the professional quote-unquote YouTuber and journalists, just piss me the hell off, dude. A lot of these dudes don't even play games like that. Like, a lot of these dudes, they won't even post their wrap-ups at the end of the year. If they do, they're playing 400, 500, 600 hours. Like, how are you gonna tell me about a game when you don't even freaking play games yourself? So, like anything, I created a YouTube channel to talk about these things. And guess what? I'll be the guinea pig. I'll go ahead and buy the game. And on June 10th, when the game releases, as long as my physical copy comes in on time, I will be streaming it here on the channel as soon as I get home from work. And we're going to play that thing the whole night. Which leads me to pre-ordering. Will, why did you pre-order besides all the reasons you just gave me? Another big reason of why I pre-ordered is because by pre-ordering, I don't lose anything. Right? If I go to GameStop tomorrow and I say I want to cancel my pre-order, I don't lose anything. I get my $40 back, or I apply it to something else and I buy another game. Simple as that. Simple as that, right? But I just made a video 2 weeks ago in regards to Revenge of the Savage Planet. The title of the video is ordering physical games is becoming a challenge. Because in today's world, going in to just buy a physical game is not the 100% hit like it used to be back in the day. There have been numerous instances where I go buy a physical game day one and they don't even have any copies. Or the only copies they got in are the pre-order copies. Right? So in today's world, sometimes we have to wait X amount of time to be able to get a physical copy. So that is the final reason why I pre-ordered the game. 1, morbid curiosity. 2, because I'm a contrarian and I wanna see how correct these freaking YouTubers are and all these other dudes are that are talking so much crap about this game. At first they talked about how they didn't show any gameplay. So Build a Rocket Boy immediately, within the same day, dropped a 4-minute, actually the next day, they dropped a 4-minute gameplay trailer. Then, like a couple days later, they dropped this trailer right here. 6 minutes long of interrupted gameplay, showing you guys the game. So every step of the way, when there's red flags being brought up, Build a Rocket Boy's like, here. Now, yes, the game's only 2 weeks out. They should have been doing this months and months ago, right? But we don't know. We don't know what their operation is. We don't know what they're working in. We don't know stuff behind the scene. And I'm not making an excuse for them at all. The game should be complete when it comes out. The game, let's pause right here. The game should be working, should be bug-free. The game should be on the disc. All that stuff is absolutely true. Yes. And I will criticize them for them just as much as I criticize anybody else. I don't care if the game is $60, $40, $30, $10. You put out a game for $10... physical, that game better be on the damn disc and it better be bug-free. I don't care that it's $10. Right? And number 3, the pre-order aspect of physical games and how difficult it can be. Right? But either way, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you think down below. I try to give kind of a reasonable explanation of Mindseye, the good and the bad, and then at the very end I input my own personal opinion into it and what I think about these YouTubers and these fucking quote-unquote journalists. Like, I can't stand them, I don't like them, but I have to thank them. Because of them, I have this YouTube channel. They motivated me to just do my own thing. I game 2,000 hours a year. I play anywhere between 300 to 350 different types of games, and I beat anywhere between 50 to 90 games. In 2024, I beat 98 games. So I love gaming. Gaming is my thing. I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV. If I have free time, I'm gaming. So there you are, man. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, right? Is this a game that you're going to be interested in getting? Are you passing on it? Are you going to wait for the reviews? If not, if you're somebody who's not going to buy the game day one, tune in June 10th when the game comes out and my physical copies at the store for me ready to pick up, right? Of course, I will be streaming this game. We will do a Will It Play with no internet with this game, and we're going to dissect the hell out of this game from a gamer who for real games. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. We'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.